ultra-rich individuals and families worth more than $150 billion. They're all helping drive a resurgence in private equity buyouts, of course, at what has otherwise been a tough time for the buyout industry. Joining us now is Bloomberg's Kristine Owram, who was a part of the team that wrote this story, of course, tracking family offices and wealthy individuals very closely. And Kristine, we know that private assets in particular have been of interest to wealthy individuals, but why private equity? It seems like a very interesting time to get in, especially as the industry itself has been under so much pressure.
Yeah, it's a very interesting time in the space. And from the private equity firm's perspective, of course, they're traditional investors, like endowments, pension funds, those institutional investors, have kind of disappeared because they've allocated everything they can or want to private equity for now. And from the firm's perspective, the option is either, okay, so we will need to take on more leverage at high interest rates, or we find alternative investors. And those alternative investors that have emerged are these wealthy individuals and these wealthy families. They've come out and said they are more interested in adding private equity assets to the portfolios, direct private equity investments, than any other type of asset class except for emerging market stocks. So it's an area of tremendous interest among wealthy individuals and family offices right now. They're just chasing the returns on some of these investments. And you can see that in the fact that about $20 billion worth of buyouts that have happened so far this year have involved family offices or wealthy individuals.
Now, are there any prominent examples that we should be looking to that kind of solidify what this trend really means? Surely they can't be looking across the entire industry here at this point.
Yeah. So the most prominent example this year is Michael Dell's family office. Michael Dell is worth over $100 billion, one of the richest people in the world. His family office was involved in the biggest leveraged buyout deal of the year so far, which is a $13 billion deal for Endeavor Group, a talent agency. That hasn't closed yet. It's expected to close in early 2025, but that was a very prominent example of a rich person's family office getting involved in a take-private deal. Others out of Europe include Germany's Weissman family. They're not particularly well known in the U.S. They make household boilers, so not exactly a sexy industry, but they're worth almost $14 billion. And they were involved with a deal alongside KKR to take a renewables firm called Havas private. And then interestingly, the family behind Lego was also involved in a big deal with Goldman to buy out a Norwegian e-learning platform. So it's kind of happening all over the world. It's involving some of the biggest PE names. It's involving fortunes on both sides of the Atlantic. And we're really seeing that trend spread across a variety of industries as well.